Julie Ann from the PUP. She'll be making this speech today, so I'm sure it'll be worth listening to. Thank you very much.
Just on behalf of the Progressive Unionist Party, I'd like to offer our condolences and heartfelt sympathy to the Paisley family circle on the passing of Reverend Dr. Ian Paisley. Can I ask you all to join me in a moment of silent reflection? Thank you. As you're aware, the PUP and the Unionist family have united on the basis of 5 points of agreement. In response to the intolerable marginalisation of our community through an unjust decision by the Parades Commission, these points of agreement include support for the principles of democracy, rejection of the use of violence or threats of violence for political gain, need for peaceful, lawful protest and political action, desire for civil and religious freedom, finally, shared recognition and support for parading tradition and the freedom to express our culture and identity. Back in July, the combined Unionist parties called upon our Secretary of State to establish a time-bound commission of inquiry. The reason that we called for this inquiry to be established was on the back of the Parades Commission inability to make fair and equitable decisions in relation to the celebration of culture and identity. Instead of decisions made upon merit, they buckled to the threat of Republican violence. As Secretary of State for Northern Ireland, Ms Villiers is responsible for the devolved government in this province of the United Kingdom, which includes human rights and national security. In a policy published by Ms Villiers and the Northern Ireland office on the 5th of March 2013, titled "Keeping Northern Ireland Safe," it states, "We support individuals and communities in rejecting those who carry out attacks and will challenge the ideology of those who seek to apply political pressure through violent means." It continues, "These groups are small in number and limited in capability, but they have demonstrated the ability to murder, maim and cause disruption. Furthermore, the Northern Ireland office is responsible for coordinating the government's strategic response to this threat. So I ask you, Secretary of State, what have you done? What have you done to stand up against those who are hell-bent on using violence to silence and rewrite the principles of civil and religious freedoms? What have you done to address the Parades Commission's failure to uphold basic human rights and the fundamental principles of democracy? We often hear calls for political parties in Northern Ireland to show leadership. Leadership which was shown by this community in July of this year, which ensured a peaceful, lawful and stable summer. Now is the time, Secretary of State, for you to step up, for you to show some leadership. Otherwise, you're at risk of undermining the integrity of the Northern Ireland office. In July this year, Ms Villiers announced that she would give due consideration to our proposal for a commission of inquiry. Since then, 9 weeks have passed and we have yet to hear a firm response to our request. Time is running out, Theresa. Given this lack of progress, the lack of communication and inaction, it is understandable that the frustrations and concerns is growing within the Unionist community. This has not gone unnoticed. We want a sensible solution to the issue of parading in Northern Ireland. However, in the absence of a satisfactory outcome, we, the Progressive Unionist Party, remain absolutely committed to fulfilling the combined Unionist statement made on the 9th of July this year, which set out a programme of political action. In closing, I'd just like to acknowledge the commitment and dedication that this campaign has been met with by each of you since its inception in July 2012. We've stood here now for 428 days and will continue to stand here for 428 more. Let them know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
God save our gracious Queen. Long live our noble Queen. God save our Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen. Wait.